What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome back to another live. So right now we're going to talk about some Arsenal news today. We're going to talk about all the latest news that's going on right now in the media. We're going to talk about the performance against Westham because it was a magnificent performance. Once again, scoring 5 goals, smashing 5 goals, and we've been waiting for this. Most Arsenal fans have been waiting for moments like this. Now, we're going to get straight into it, no delay. So we've got 2 people on. Let me know how does it sound? How does the mic sound? Are you guys hearing me properly? Is it too loud? Let me know what you think. Let me know if you can hear properly. So just leave a little chat. Let me know if you can hear properly. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep carrying on talking, assuming that everyone can hear me properly. So you're gonna get straight into the news because right now, every Arsenal fan should be excited. We should be excited because of how the team is gonna progress after these past few matches, especially that Champions League win against Sporting Lisbon. Every Arsenal fan should be gassed right now, and rightly so. You know, for so many seasons we've been overly gassed, unnecessarily gassed, for simple things like, you know, we get a little signing here and there. But I think that this time we should be very excited because of the fact that how we've been playing. And as I keep saying that, last season we started on a good run, but that's after the New Year's. This time we started a good run before the New Year's. So hopefully this will bring us into a longer, sustained run. Now we're going to get straight into the news right now. So the first news we're going to get into is Dowman, Max Dowman. So I've been talking about Max Dowman. I've been singing Max Dowman praises. And this report came out that the 14-year-old Max Dowman made his Arsenal under-21 debut against Brighton in the Premier League 2 today, becoming the youngest player to feature for the club at that level or equivalent. So let's repeat that part. Becoming the youngest player to feature for the club at that level or the equivalent. Now, as I keep saying that, this Max Dowman has surpassed what Saka has done in terms of playing for the under-21s. He's at 14 years old. We can't forget that. He's 14 years old. He surpassed what Ifo Noneri done. And we see that Ifo Noneri is on a very good trajectory right now. He surpassed what Jack Wilshere done. Any Arsenal player, Smith Rowe, any Arsenal player that you can think about coming through Ireland, the Nketiahs, right? He's surpassed all of these guys. At 14 years old, already playing for the under-21s. That's a big feat. That's a massive feat. So big up to Max Dowman because, as I said, that this guy he has a bright future. Now, hopefully we can tie him down. I know we didn't get to tie down Chido Obi Martin, and I regret that. I don't blame the club. I have to get that out. I don't blame the club, but I still regret not having this guy in my team right now. Chido coming through, because Chido by right should be playing for the under-21s as well with Dowman. But we lost Chido. We move on, but Dowman is a special talent. I've showed a few clips of how this guy played against PSG in that Champions League for the I think he was under 21 as well, and he was bossing the midfield. He was bossing the entire pitch. Like literally, you wouldn't know that this guy is not like on that level. You wouldn't know that this guy should don't normally play on this level. So big up to Max Dowman. As I said that. This is a brilliant, exciting thing that I can see right now with Dowman. Dowman is looking to impress, and hopefully Mikel Arteta can give him a bit more chance. But first, if it's Waneri chance is up first. We need to see Waneri get more time into the team. We need to see Waneri get more game time, and then Max Dowman should be coming further along. Now, going to get into the next news, which is Havertz. Now, Havertz, everyone keeps on talking about Havertz. Well, not everyone, but the opposition fan has been talking about Havertz. Then that Havertz is not all that. He's not playing the way Arsenal fans have been overhyping him and so on and so on. But when you take a look at the stats don't lie. The stats saying that Kai Havertz now has many Premier League goals. GA for Arsenal, Premier League GA for Arsenal, as he did for Chelsea in 42 less games. So almost half that time, Kai Havertz has doubled what he done for Chelsea. In terms of the game time, he played twice as much game for Chelsea than he did with Arsenal, and he got the same stats. Now, as I'm saying that Arteta is getting the best out of Havertz. Now, I'm not saying that Havertz is the finished article. By no means am I saying that Havertz is the finished article. We still need a clinical striker. But the fact that we're getting Havertz to play at this level can only mean good things going forward. So if we can get the best out of Havertz that everyone has been cussing at while he was at Chelsea, can you imagine if we get a Gyökeres? Can you imagine if we get Isak? How much Arteta and this team can help that player to evolve? Now, I would want Isak. I like Gyökeres. So, what am I saying? I want Gyökeres. I love Isak. Don't get me wrong. I love Isak. But we need a clinical striker. We need a goal poaching striker. A striker that can do the goal poaching and has the clinical aspect. And I believe that that's Gyökeres. I'm not gonna hold the fact that we beat them, right? And I'm not going to hold it against him because I see him tried. He really tried in that match. And a few times I see he got a bit frustrated because he wasn't getting that supply that he wanted. So I'm not going to hold that fact that we beat them. I'm not going to hold it against him because he still is a quality striker. But the fact that he's been doing this for the past 3 seasons, he's been playing at this level, like scoring these goals at these level, playing against City, performing well against City, a Premier League team, one of the best Premier League team right now, and he still performed well against City, shows you that Gyökeres is at a very good level. So I would want Gyökeres, but nonetheless, Kai Havertz, man. Kai Havertz has been impressive. From last season, it's almost a year now, since the New Year's of last season, after Kai Havertz, the Arsenal team came back from that New Year's, that's a different Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz starts scoring goals, his overall game has developed. He start putting his body on the line. He start shielding the ball more. He start protecting the ball more. He start doing better link play with the keeper, which is David Raya. Reminiscent of when David Raya used to be linking up with Ivan Toney, that tall striker. And then Kai Havertz is linking up more with Saka on the right and Odegaard just in behind. Havertz has come leap and bounds since he came to Arsenal. So I just want to big up Kai Havertz, man, because this, as I said, stats don't lie. Now we're on to Odegaard. Arsenal have scored 14 goals in 4 games since Odegaard returned to the starting lineup. 14 goals in 4 games. Now, I don't know about you guys, but listen, I've been saying that without Odegaard, I don't think we can play to that level that I know we can without Odegaard. Now, I know that we can have a stopgap like the Ethan Waneris. We can have the stopgap like the Trossard coming in that position. But to perform the way that Odegaard performed, I don't think anyone else can do it. I don't think anyone can play at Odegaard's level not even just in what's called in the whole Premier League. Tell me attacking mid in the Premier League that can be compared to Odegaard right now. Tell me attacking mid in the world that can be compared with Odegaard right now. I think that Odegaard is the best midfielder right now in the world, not to mention the best attacking mid. Is distribution. Odegaard is assist. The fact that he's creating a new role, I would say, is creating a new dynamic I would say role in terms of attacking mid is not the traditional attacking mid that's always right in sticking to that position. It's like more of a free roam attacking mid that drops in deep. Sometimes you see Odegaard creating from deep, from a centre mid, from a defensive mid position. You see Odegaard there, bopping the ball. Normally, that's not where an attacking mid should be. It should be further up, looking to link up the play. When you see certain attacking mids like the Maddison when he's playing attacking mid or certain attacking mid in the Prem, they stick to that position because they need to be the outlet to when the ball come up high, they can distribute it to the striker or to the wingers. But Odegaard is comfortable enough to come drop deep. Someone else will take his position because this is how Arteta has the team playing, to be rotating all the time. As I said, the Arteta said that sometimes in some matches, there's like 3 or 4... what am I saying? 30 or 40 different formation he's playing. Now, you may be wondering, what are you talking about, Rob? 30 to 40 different formation? It's the system. So, I'm going to walk you through some of them as well in this video. So, sometimes you see we've got 2 at the back, which is Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. And then you've got another 2, which is inverting, which is Benjamin White or Uran Timber inverting, and then Calafiori on that opposite side. Then you got Thomas Partey in that middle of that 4. That's a different formation. So in different transition, we have different in different transition we play different formation. So this is what Arteta said, that in some matches we have over 30 different formation, and we can see that. And this is what Odegaard is instrumental, because when we had Odegaard, when Odegaard was injured, we didn't just miss the best midfielder in the world. We didn't just miss that. We missed the leader that can organize the team. I was speaking to Masada today, and Masada was saying the same thing, that we missed the organization skills of Odegaard. Now, Odegaard, he pressed up. That's one of his key strengths. He presses high. But it's not just pressing high. When he's pressing, he gets everyone around him to press. He calls in Saka to come in. He calls in Havertz, go there. He calls in Trossard or Martinelli on the wing. Do that. So even when he's pressing, this guy is organizing a team to press high. Not to mention when he's playing from deep. And this is what I like to see. The skippers, the captains, I love to see captains play more from the deep. Because when you play more from deep, you can see everything in front of you. This is why captains most of the times are keepers or defenders, because then they've got the entire pitch to see, or even the centre mids. It's rare you're going to see a striker. It has to be a top quality striker to be a captain. But most of the time it's defenders on centre mids, because they can see every angle on the pitch. So this is why I love to see Odegaard coming back now. When Odegaard coming back, he can have a clearer vision of the pitch than staying in one position and just looking to feed. But when he drops back, he have a clearer understanding. He can use his brain power to process the game quicker. So big up to Odegaard, man. Odegaard, since Odegaard came back, it's a different Arsenal. It's a different Saka. Saka's been saying the same thing. That listen, the way the chemistry between him and Odegaard is priceless. Is matchless. It's second to none, man. And we all can see that based off the goals that Odegaard has been assisting, based off how Odegaard has been driving the team forward. Now, this is what Mikel Arteta had to say. Let's listen to this. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Anyone on the stream so far? If you can't hear, just let me know.
Odegaard factor. I know that you've spoken about this before, but it does seem like everything such clicks, and also that relationship with Bukayo Saka, you can tell that he has given quotes about how brilliant it is to have him back in the squad. Just how important can individual players be? I know it's a team game, but how important can individuals be?
Well, you see that in the sport in many other teams, you know, that you miss 1, 2, 3 players can have a huge impact in your team. It's not only just the position, it's the play, it's how it affects relationship, how it affects dynamics, and Martin has a big role in our team. That's why he's the captain, and having him on the pitch, around the team, in training sessions is already better, and when he's on the pitch and performing at that level, obviously it takes everybody's game to a different universe, I would say.
So you hear that from Arteta, the dynamics, the different dynamics. So it's not, as I keep saying, it's not just, we didn't just miss Odegaard for his playing ability, for his ball playing ability. We did miss that, but it's not just that. What he brings, the confidence he gives, because sometimes I see Saka playing, I'm like, this is not Saka. Saka is like something's missing. What's going on? Something is missing to Saka's game. And now, when I analyze how Saka's playing right since Odegaard came back, this is like a different confidence. So Odegaard gives certain players around him confidence. You know, when you've got, I don't know if you guys ever been in a team sport, and you're playing and like the best player isn't there. It brings down the atmosphere. It feels doomy. It feels good. Once the most important or the VIP or the best player isn't there, it's gonna see through the whole squad. Everyone is gonna feel that effect, because they even though the same players have the same ability than they did before, without that player, it's like they play like twice as less, because they need that confidence from that main guy. So it's the same thing with Odegaard, the dynamic that Odegaard bring, the confidence. Arteta said that it's a different universe. Odegaard brings the players to a different universe, and we can see that right now. We can see that when Odegaard isn't playing well, you can see that most of our players isn't playing well. When Odegaard is on fire, the whole team is on fire, because Odegaard is that type of player that will bring everyone in. It will bring everyone around him. Now, when he became the captain, I was one of my hands up, I was one of these guys critical of him, saying that he doesn't talk much, his body language isn't right, he doesn't do enough for you know, as a captain, based off what we've known in the past. A captain is aggressive, they're the talker, their mannerism is different. Odegaard is like, when he just came to Arsenal, when he just get the captaincy, I mean, it's like I'm like, nah, man, I need a captain like a Gabriel Magalhaes, because that was my captain. When Arteta when Odegaard got the captaincy, I wanted Gabriel Magalhaes to get, because of the aggression, because of how I believe a captain should be. But Odegaard, he changed that perception of how a captain should be in my mind. Odegaard is like, he's a breath of fresh air, and he's a silent leader, and all the players respect him. And these are the things you have to look out for. All the players respect the guy. So I don't care about if he's aggressive. I don't care about anything else as long as he helps the team, he motivates the team, he gives the team confidence, and everyone around him respect him as the captain. Because I've been watching some training videos and everyone is saying, my captain, my captain. That's how they address it, my captain, my captain. And I love to see that, because that shows you that everyone, all of these players, respect him as their captain. There's no gossiping, there's no infighting going on. Everyone respect him as their captain, as their leader, and that's very, very good. Because we see that when a player don't accept you as their captain, when a player don't respect you, it can cause a lot of problems in the squad. Because a player thinks he's better than you, he should be the captain. It can be, things can go downhill from there. So big up to Martin Odegaard, man. So now we're on to Bukayo Saka. Now, this stat is showing that Saka can break the record of Ozil. 19. So Ozil biggest assist in a season is 19 during the Premier League season of 2015 to 2016. That's Ozil's biggest one. So Saka can break it. And listen, we're not even halfway through the season. Well, kind of halfway. Saka can break it. So Saka has lots more game left to play to break, and I know he's gonna break this assist. I believe Saka. This is a no-brainer. This is a no-brainer. So after 12 games, after 12 Premier League games, Ozil had 10. Saka now has 10, right? So after the 12, so they're neck and neck. So Saka have 9 more left, 9 more assists to get. And by the way Gabriel Magalhaes has been scoring corners, man, I'm saying that let's go Saka. Gabriel Magalhaes is breaking another record with Koscielny being our number 1 goal scoring defender. Gabriel Magalhaes looks to break that as well. So I believe that Saka can literally get 9 more assists from corners, literally just corners alone, not to mention the other play, right? I believe Saka can do that. So big up to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, everyone's now respecting. I hear people now saying that oh, they're not giving Saka the credit he deserves. They're not respecting Saka the way he should be compared to other players. Other players are getting more respect than Saka. Now these are other pundits that I was criticizing Saka a few months ago. These are the same pundits saying that people are not. I'm saying that, man, the way people backfire, the way people turn, it's just crazy. It's just crazy how these same people was criticizing him, saying that is all overhyped, it's all this, it's all that, and these same people are saying that people are not giving him the credit he deserves compared to other players. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. But big up to Bukayo Saka breaking, because we know that Ozil is one of the greats for the Arsenal. Like for me, Ozil is a spectacular player. I didn't like his attitude sometimes when it comes down to playing. But apart from that, his quality is you can't argue against Ozil's quality. You can't argue against his ball playing ability, natural ball playing ability, as well as his stats. You can't argue against his stats. And right now, Saka is on par to pass out this guy in terms of assists. Mesut Ozil, right? Mesut Ozil. Saka is still what, 23? Oh man. Bukayo Saka. Now we're on to another Bukayo Saka stat, and I'm telling you, this guy, the way he's playing right now, I'm gonna be talking about Bukayo Saka. I said it in the last video, the last stream, that listen, I'm gonna start singing his praises till everyone. That's this debate, the Cole Palmer, the Foden, the Saka debate, until it goes quiet. I'm gonna start singing this guy praise until that debate goes quiet. Now Bukayo Saka all-time stats for Arsenal: 244 games, 65 goals, brilliant, 60 assists. An absolute legend at age of 23. Bukayo Saka, man. Now, this is what I'm saying, that people as... This is a winger. This is not a striker. Saka is not a striker. Now, let's go to the debate. Let's go to the debate of Salah. Now, people are starting to compare Saka. First, it was with Foden. Then they threw that out the water. Now, then it was with Cole Palmer. And now it's with Salah. Now, I was looking the other day about when Salah came to Liverpool. I believe Salah came to Liverpool at 25. Salah came to Liverpool at 25, performing good at Liverpool at 25 years old. Now Saka right now is only 23 years old. 23 years old, and he's going neck to neck with Salah. Now, to go neck to neck with Salah is a big deal, because Salah right now, some say, is the best right winger in the world for past few years. So for Saka to be going neck to neck with one of the best wingers in the world, if not the best right winger in the world, shows you the ability. And people are still saying that this guy's not world class. That's a shame. That's a shame on these people that are saying that this guy isn't on or performing on a world class level. Even against Westham after the match, I hear that a lady punditry saying that Saka isn't consistent. I'm like, what are you talking about? This guy's been consistent since he came onto the scene. Like they always have something to say, something negative. How can someone be saying that Saka isn't consistent? The way Saka's been playing in and out this Arsenal team, he's been dragging the Arsenal team. Dragging, literally, since he burst onto the scene, he's been dragging the team. Even when you got Aubameyang, even when we got Ozil, Saka's been dragging the team. Now, I understand what she might be saying, that in certain big matches he's not there. But however, he shows up in big matches more than most of these players around right now. Most of these so-called world-class players, Saka shows up in more big matches than these players. And I don't hear them criticizing these players. But the agenda they have for Bukayo Saka, I don't know where it comes from. I think it might be the hate from Arsenal, but I don't want to be singing on the hate from Arsenal because everyone can see the agenda, the hatred people have for Arsenal. So I won't even go into that today. But Bukayo Saka, man, he's proven even the naysayers, they haven't got nothing to say now. He's shutting everyone up. Look at this. Look at this now. Only 5 players in Arsenal's history have more Premier League assists than Arsenal's current number 7. Bukayo Saka is now only 9 assists away from Mikel Ozil. We just read that 54. Will the 21 overtake him this season? Now look at this. We've got Dennis Bergkamp. This is the category Bukayo Saka is in right now. Dennis Bergkamp number 1 at 94. Saka is going to smash that. I won't even say if he stays because I believe Saka is going to be here for future season. So I believe he's going to smash Bergkamp record. He's going to smash Thierry Henry record. He's going to smash Fabregas. But look at it. He's on in par to break Ozil's record as well already. So basically he's in 5th because I know he's going to get another assist before the season done. So basically Ramsey's out here. So right now you can say that Saka is in 5th place. Next up is Ozil. We see that he needs 9 goals to surpass Ozil, which is, I believe, it's an easy thing for Saka to do, especially this season, the way Gabriel Magalhaes has been scoring them headers, right? And the way Odegaard has been coming back in the team, giving Saka that confidence, giving Saka that outlet. Because sometimes I'm saying, oh my gosh, there's so much I want to talk about Odegaard. Odegaard. So it's not just the fact that Odegaard creates on the ball. Sometimes I see Odegaard make a run, and he takes about 2-3 players with him. Now look out for the video I'm going to be posting. I'm going to post the highlight video later on of the match against Westham. I'm going to post the highlight video against Nottingham Forest as well tomorrow. But sometimes you see Odegaard make runs. Odegaard takes about 3 players out. Because sometimes Saka is being tripled up on and doubled up on. So Odegaard, one run from Odegaard because he run to break the line, the defensive line, and the defenders have to track him in case the ball goes over the top to Odegaard. So by them following Odegaard, it creates space for Saka. Now Saka, when he receives the ball, he's 1-on-1 with that left back. So these are the things Odegaard's bring to the team where people don't realize. I'm saying that when I see it, because when you got the peripheral vision on and you see something's going on in the corner of your eye, but you're saying, hold on. It's like it links. If that didn't happen, this wouldn't happen. So Saka wouldn't have a 1-on-1 in most situation if Odegaard doesn't make that run. And I'm saying, oh my gosh, I don't think most fans realize this with Odegaard. So Odegaard does things that we don't even see because it's off the ball. Most times we see Odegaard quality on the ball. The only off ball quality I believe that we recognize with Odegaard most time is his high press. But sometimes this guy, he creates so much space for Bukayo Saka, man. Odegaard. But as I'm saying that, Bukayo Saka is in the league of greatness. You can just minus Theo Walcott. Forget about Theo Walcott right here. Just pretend like he's not there. But I don't want to this Theo because some Arsenal fans respect Theo, right? They respect him. And I used to respect Theo until he hit a ceiling. That ceiling he couldn't break. He couldn't break that ceiling. And after that ceiling, then he would just hit that ceiling. He couldn't break that ceiling. So he would. Theo Walker shouldn't be in this category for me, but he was still scoring goals. He was still going good assists. That's Theo Walker. But Saka, at 23 years old, can you imagine the next 5 years? The next 5 years in the Arsenal shirt, he's gonna be smashing records, man. Big up to Bukayo Saka. Now on to the next one, and this is it now. This is the nasty streak now. This is the nasty streak. Look at Odegaard. I just told you about one of the reasons why I didn't like Odegaard as captain. And it's because I think he was soft, because I think it would be like walked over. And as a captain, you need to lead by example. You need to lead at the front. If there's a war, if there's a fight, you need to be the one in the midst of that, either parting it, separating your teammates, or you're to be the one that's saying, listen, don't be messing with my team. Don't be messing with my players. You as a captain should be that player. And to be fair, when Odegaard got the captaincy, all I can see, if there's a fight going on, I can see Odegaard doing this, like hiding, right? But I can look at this right now. Look at this image. The image proves where Odegaard is right now. Odegaard is pushing players. Odegaard is literally pushing players off. I would never expect this from Odegaard. Never. Because he didn't have that nasty streak in him. And as I said, I want my captain to have a nasty streak. Look at Odegaard. I love it. And then look at Saka. As I said, we see Saka has been developing, been growing. I think it's after the Euro. After the Euro, I think I saw a different Saka. After he was heavily criticised, after everyone was against him, but most people was against him, I think that give him a different perspective, or give him a different build up his character a certain way. Because after that, it's like Saka he doesn't take nothing. He doesn't take no prisoners. And this was a challenge on Emerson done on Timber. Like, I think he stamped on Timber. And Saka jump up and was going wild, be pushing. And as I'm saying that, I've seen this for a few matches now. Saka is getting a bit more aggressive. And it's something I like. Hopefully, it doesn't go into ill discipline and then costing us 2 yellow cards or a red card. But I love the fact that he's standing up for himself now, and he's standing up for his teammate, especially Odegaard. Odegaard needs to have this quality as a captain. Your players need to see you fighting for them. Sometimes it's not all the time it's Gabriel Magalhaes, because as I said, Gabriel Magalhaes is my favorite player. Gabriel Magalhaes, Declan Rice, and it's all for most of the same reason. Is because of how these type of player, their character. I love the character of these players. But Gabriel Magalhaes, it's not always Gabriel Magalhaes has to make fights or defend the team. Sometimes it needs like other people as well, man. Do you know what I mean? And big up to Odegaard. I love it, man. I don't know why, I just love to see Odegaard in this. Look at his face, angry. What do you think you're doing? Nah, don't be messing with my team like that, man. I love my captain defending the team, man. I just love it. This is what I'm saying now. Dashway. This story isn't being talking about now. No one's talking about this anymore. What they're talking about, City is on a six game losing streak, this and that about City. No one's talking about Foden. What happened to the links up with Foden and Saka? What happened to the comparison? Now look, 12 games Saka had, 5 goals, 10 assists. 10 games, 1 assist, no goals for Foden. Now that's what I'm saying, that even when Arsenal missed Odegaard, Saka was still performing. It was still scoring, it was still making assists. But while they haven't got their best player in Rodri, no one can do anything. Even Foden, one of the most influential player in the team, can't do anything. So this is what I'm saying, man. Full time now. People leave this there. Everyone should leave this there. I don't want anyone to be coming back from the dead when Roger comes back, starting to compare Foden and Saka again, because they're different caliber. Yes, Foden is good, very good quality, but it's a different. Saka is on a different. He's in a different universe. I'm gonna use Arteta's word. Saka is in a different universe to Foden. Not in terms of ability, but in terms of everything put together in the package. The ability, the leadership, the grit, the determination, the drive, the passion, everything put together. Saka is in a different universe than Foden. Because if Foden was at all the package that Saka have, he will be the one that's leading City right now. He will be the one that's pulling City right now. Now I know that he does it in a few matches, but once again, you need to be doing more consistent. Saka's been doing it for season in, season out for the Arsenal for years now. So I don't want to be hearing this comparison anymore. Now take a listen to this. This is something that I found really interesting, what the players had to say about who they think is going to have the most goal scorer this season.
You, Kai, Leo, who's going to score the most goals this season? Oh, you want to say yourself, but you're being so humble. Leo, out of the three of you, who is going to score the most goals this season? You, Bakayo, or Kai?
Give it to Kai.
I mean, very nice. But really, you think it's you, don't you?
Nah, it will be Kai,
Do
Leo.
you think? Not yourself?
No, Leo.
Oh, humble.
Alright. So, I'm not going to lie. I like that. I really like that. The fact that, and the reason why I liked it is because it's the fact that no one's trying to hold the glory for themselves. Everyone's trying to be that team player. Say that my teammate is going to score the most goal this season. My teammate is going to do this. My teammate is going to do that. I like that. However, as I keep saying that, I remember Declan Rice said something similar at the beginning of the season. They were asking him, how does he feel about Arsenal being linked with so many strikers? He's like, we already have our striker, which is Kai Havertz. Now, Kai Havertz scored on the weekend. He scored against West Ham, but to be fair, when I saw the replay of that goal, it was almost a save. So Kai Havertz is very, very good in many different aspects of the game. He's very, very... I believe that Kai Havertz can even grow to be even a better striker. But as I keep saying, I need a goal-scoring striker. I need a goal-scoring striker. Now, the fact that Kai Havertz has not been... for a striker, I believe that he should be scoring more. And then everyone still thinks that he's going to get the top goal scorer in the team. This is why I believe that the levels need to rise. We need to rise up different levels in terms of the goal scoring. We need to rise up because if anything is letting us down for the past 2 seasons, I think it's the striker position. But I'm not criticizing Kai. I still need Kai on my team. Kai is a very important player for me. I don't know about anyone else. He's a very important player for me. But I still need a goal scoring striker because who knows? Kai could play. Sometimes we can play 2 up top and Kai be drifted in midfield, heading that ball over to Gyökeres or to Isak, whoever we get. And do you know what I mean? There's different formation that we could play with Kai because Kai is very adaptable. And that's something I love about him. The fact that this guy is always fighting. Now, I done a stat the other day to show that Kai is one of the hardest worker in the Arsenal team. He's one of the best player in terms of duel winning. Most of the time, Kai has the highest duel winning in our team. So, big up to Kai, man. As I said, that he's growing in every game. He's growing in terms of his shooting accuracy. Even though I think that he should be a lot better. He's growing in that. He's growing in his link-up play with Saka and Odegaard and other players. He's growing in his hold-up play. His touches are getting so much better. Sometimes I see Kai just do a little touch over the top to a player. I'm like, wow, Kai. And because he's tall, the bounce doesn't affect him. If he was a short player like Leandro Trossard, then perhaps he would have lost that ball because then he's under pressure with the defender. But because Kai is so tall, he just lifts up his draw-off legs and just hit the ball over the top. That's a nice pass. So big up to Kai, man. I love how Kai has been progressing and the fact that everyone has confidence in him. However, I still need a striker in my team. Now, this is a big deal. For the match against United on Wednesday, Leandro Martinez and Kobe Meno will be suspended for that game. And it's because they both picked up cards the last match they had. Now, most for Man United fans, I know what they're going to say. They're going to say this should be an easy win for the Arsenal. But we know that with this new manager in, it's not going to be as easy. Now, you can see this guy, this Arsenal fan saying, Arsenal double fans, there will be no difference between West Ham and Man United. We will humble those red clowns. Well, to be fair, I'm not going to go that like disrespectful to be disrespecting United like that because we know that the ball is round. And any given day, any team can beat any team. Right now, we should be beating United. We have more confidence. We have better players, informed players. And I think that my manager is better than their manager. That's my personal opinion. So I believe that we should be beating Man United right now. You see this players, this comment saying that Arsenal fans happy right now. I'm partial happy because it's always I don't want to say good, but it's always beneficial for us to have the team that we're playing have some of their best players out. Because Kobe Meno has been Man United's best player for me, especially midfielder, for the past 2 seasons, this season and last season. And Martinez, we know that he's the best defender, arguably the best defender with Dilip. So, even though it's very rash, potentially we could do with Martinez giving away a penalty to me. We could do with him in the team. So that's a debate we could have, right? Because on the other side, Martinez is so rash, he's so aggressive, like he could literally give away a penalty. So yeah, that's something that could be a debate that could be had. But to be fair, that's good news for the Arsenal, for these two to be out. And I see that Thomas Partey looks like he was rested. It doesn't look like he was. I don't think it was injury that kept him out against West Ham. And we see that Martinelli as well was rested. So we're coming back with even though we had a knock. I think Gabriel Magalhaes had a knock, but Arteta said that it wasn't the concussion. It wasn't because of the head injury. It was that precaution based off. And I believe that Arteta had to say that even if it was concussion, Arteta wouldn't have said that, because then by you declaring that, by you admitting that, then I think it's regulatory that you need to let that player sit out for a week or 2 because of the concussion. So Arteta, even if it was concussion, Arteta would not admit that. It would say something else because it don't want, in case that we need Gabriel Magalhaes. He said something that might jeopardize him potentially playing in that Man United match. So Arteta, I listened to an interview with Zinchenko saying that Arteta plays so much mind games. I was one of them that was defending Arteta, saying that nah man, it's not mind games. It's just he's being honest. I don't think it's mind games. But then Zinchenko came and said that. I'm like, Arteta, you deceived me, mate. You deceived me because I'm here defending you. And then Zinchenko came and said that Arteta, sometimes players are injured, and Arteta will let them dress up, come on with their training track kit, and then have their wash bag. Because when you have your wash bag and you have your training kit, it looks like you're part of the squad. You're part of the first team squad. So Arteta will literally do that, and then that player is that he's not going to participate, and all the players know because everyone knows he's injured. But the mind games Arteta love to play, and I heard, I don't know who it was. I heard a manager said that, listen, when it comes down to Arsenal, he don't care about team news anymore. He don't care about the injury news for Arsenal anymore because he knows that something else is going to happen. So he just focus on his game. When it comes down to Arsenal and Arteta, he don't care. But yeah, man, Arteta, he's a game player. Arteta loves to play the game, man. And that's something I love as well. I don't know. I love it, but it's that about Arteta. So, on to the next news. Arsenal are advancing in talks with Roberto Olabe as the new sporting director to replace Edo next summer. The 57-year-old Spaniard has given priority to Arsenal over the other European clubs after positive talks took place about the project. Now, this guy, we see in the reports that he was the one that brought most of the players at Real Sociedad there, right? We see that and I heard that, I saw a report that he still has close relationship, he still has close ties to Alexander Isak. So potentially this guy could be a good thing for the Arsenal. It could be beneficial going on to future season. But even so, Real Sociedad, to be bringing so many players, because most of the times Real Sociedad get some Real Madrid players. So this guy could have relationships with Real Madrid, the Barcelonas, the PSG, all the big clubs around the world, because he's old enough to have different association. He's old enough to have different kind of affiliates around the world in terms of I scratch your back, you scratch mine, right? Now, to be having a relationship, an ongoing relationship with Isak, that's a big deal, especially if we see Isak as that player that we need to get. As I just said before, I would rather Gyökeres, but if it's a chance of not getting Isak or getting no one else, I'm choosing Isak. But if I had a choice of a striker I would want Gyökeres, then Sesko, then Isak, because Sesko, I believe that is a more of a clinical striker than Isak. Isak is a more all-round player, all-round striker. But for me, Sesko, I would want Gyökeres number 1, Sesko number 2, and then Isak. Even Vlahovic, I respect Vlahovic as a good finisher, and we need a good finisher in the team more than anything else, more than a build-up play striker, more than a false 9. We need a goal-scoring striker more than anything else. So if we get this guy, it looks like it's only good news, because he looks like he's coming now. He's coming with a lot of affiliation, with a lot of links that could bring us a lot of Spanish players, as well as a lot of affiliation with bigger clubs, because we get mixed link with Gula from Real Madrid. That could be a thing that this guy come and just bring that over the line. So the fact that we're getting linked with him, I know that Arteta has his 2 pence, has his say on this as well, and I believe that Arteta is not going to allow anyone to come and do a damage to the relationship of the club, do a damage or disservice right now to the growth of the club. I believe that Arteta has his eyes on the ball, so anyone that will bring in, I heard that Arteta will have a heavy say on that. So I like that, for the fact that the manager is going to be part of the next sporting director, because that's important. Now, this is something that I want to get into. When you take a look at this now, take a look at the passing network. Now, this passing network, the Arsenal passing network now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 main passing network with that Westham match. The first one being between Calaflori and Declan Rice. That's the amount of passes, right? So, between Calaflori and Declan Rice, you see that line. That line is kind of thick, right? And then between Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba, that line is kind of thick as well. Also, when it comes down to Saliba and Jorginho, that line is thick. Saliba and Timber, that line is thick as well. So all of this position right now is mostly in the back line. It's mostly in the defensive side of the game. But the attacking side of the game, as what I said, that what Saka has been missing, is on the attacking side of the game, is between Saka and Odegaard. So you see that the thick line there between Saka and Odegaard shows that how much that with these two players, this link up play is very important for the Arsenal. Without these two guys linking up, it's not as good the attacking play won't be as good as, for example, the 5 that we scored against West Ham, right? The 14 goals that we scored in 4 matches is because of this link-up play between Odegaard and Saka. Without this link-up play, perhaps that would be cutting off. Honestly, perhaps that would be cutting off. And this is why we're struggling to score for the last few matches before Odegaard came back onto the scene, is because we didn't have this link-up play. But to see the number 8 and the number 7, which is Odegaard and Saka, have that thick line between them, shows you that, and the stats are saying that, listen, these guys need each other. It's not just with the eye test. The eye test shows you that they need each other, but the stats are backing this up, showing that they need each other. As I said, in the attacking side of the game, no one else link up better on the pitch than with these two. Now, on the left-hand side, you can see that this is something is missing. You can see on the right-hand side, on the attacking sense, you see Odegaard, you see Havertz. Havertz's average position is on the right-hand side with Saka and Odegaard and Timber. So you can see there's different triangles that could be formed there between these 4 players. Timber, Odegaard, Havertz and Saka, different triangles that could be formed. On the left-hand side, Trossard is isolated, but Trossard is good enough to play in an isolated position and still perform very well. Now Martinelli on the other hand, Martinelli needs space. Martinelli needs help. So Martinelli needs to run in behind or need space to attack that player. But if he's been marked and doubled up and tripled up on, he won't have that space. So sometimes this is why Martinelli is not performing well, and we can't really blame Martinelli because he doesn't have the help like Saka has. But Saka can still perform without the help because he's a tricky customer, just like Havertz, just like Trossard, I should say. But Martinelli is not. Martinelli can't. He's not he can't beat a player like I believe Saka can. He can beat him with pace, but if that player drops back and Martinelli can't get in behind him, then it's going to be difficult for Martinelli. But with Saka, he doesn't care. Saka can beat you on the byline. Now Martinelli, as I said, he will struggle. But yeah, I believe that with Mourinho, when Mourinho gets more confidence and Mourinho gets more time in the team, he's the one that's going to be more advanced helping, and then Calafrio will be more advanced helping. Then our defensive shape will be like a 2 at the back in terms of the defensive 2 at the back, and then the left side has quantity in terms of numbers on that side, and then these 4 players that will continue to be on the right, not the individual players, because sometimes Timber will be substituted for Benjamin White and vice versa. But it's not the individual player, but it's the system that we have. When Mourinho comes, I believe that he's going to head to that system, even though Declan Rice did head to that system. But on average, you see the position of Declan Rice in this match. Now, just to take a look on some statistics, when you take a look in the pass, now Saliba, we expect Saliba to be high in the passes, but because he's a centre back, and as I just show you, the pass between the centre backs and the defense was high. But when you take a look at Declan Rice and Jorginho and Odegaard, now these are the 3 midfielders, and it shows dominance, especially with Odegaard with a 91 passing accuracy, and Declan Rice have a 54, having 51 being successful. 54 passes, 51 being successful, while Odegaard having 46, having a 42. So these 2 players was heavily involved in the passing, in the movement, in the rotation of the match, in the switching of the play. And Declan Rice and Odegaard basically run midfield now. Havertz, as I said, that you're going to want to watch that highlight video, because Jorginho, I should say, not Havertz, Jorginho, I should say, still done well, but it's 1-2, it's the 1-2 movement. Jorginho didn't spend time on the ball. He just get the ball, pass it, what the 1-2s, and it was very effective because he kept the players away from him. And then when he kept the players away from him, one of the few times he get the ball, he can hold on to it because the players got used to him just getting and just passing it off, that they don't spend any time to try to close him down. And the few times he get the ball and that he could distribute it, he done very good passes when the players didn't actually close him down. So big up to Jorginho when it comes on. And duels, Timber was their best in duels, winning 7 out of 15. Now in terms of ratio, that wasn't the best, but in terms of he won the most duels in the match. Paqueta coming second, Saka up there. But in terms of the overall, yeah, I believe that the duel winning today, we were on top. And that's what I'm saying. When you take a look on the team that win the most duels, then you'll understand that what team most of the time is going to win the match. Most of the times is the team that wins the most duels, they are the one that is, because they win the first ball or their second ball, but they're most of the time the ones that is successful in terms of the winning the match. And when you take a look, we had 1, 2, 5. We have about 5 players in the top. What's that? In the top 6, we have 5 players. They had 1, right? So that's good. That's very good for our part. Now going down to the XGs, to some stats. Now when you take a look at the XG, we had 3.6 XG over scored our XG. Big chances, we had 5, and we scored 5 goals, which is very good. Total shots now, we had 16. West Ham have 12 shots. And I'm saying, what? West Ham had 12 shots. And now I know they had a few shots, because obviously they scored 2 goals. But it's 12 shots. I can't remember West Ham having 12 shots. And most of them come to the end, because when you take a look at this chart now, when you take a look on the flow, you can see in the greens, most happened at the end of the match. They basically dominated the match to the end, coming down to the end. And I believe that that's because we didn't have Gabriel Magalhaes that would, the aggressor. Even though Kiwior done well, that Magalhaes and partnership with Saliba is different, right? Now, when you take a look at the corner kicks, we had 10. Potentially, we could start scoring more goals from corner kicks, especially having 10, right? Having 10, potentially we could be scoring more. And when you take coming down, shots on target now, we had 7, which is not bad. To be having 16 shots and to be having 7 on target, that's not bad, but there could be improvement. We could get that to 10, 16 shots and then 10 on target. We could get that would score more. And once again, West Ham having 5 shots on target. I can't remember that, but obviously they scored 2 goals, so that's already 2. So yeah, that's very, very likely. But all in all, guys, I believe that match was brilliant. That match was a spectacular match. I enjoyed the attacking display from the team. When it comes down to Arsenal, when it comes down to how I believe Arsenal will, because I've got a video coming up tomorrow with a Man United fan. You remember Navino. I've got a video coming up with Navino tomorrow, and Navino, I believe I haven't spoke to me in terms of how this manager, I believe this manager will do, how he believe this manager will be for him, for the club, because so far it looks like they had a good start, but I haven't spoke to him about this yet, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting conversation, so you're going to want to stay tuned. It's going to be a very interesting match, because you know that Man United and also has a different rivalry compared to other teams. So it's going to be a very, very good match. I can see it from now, because Man United is going to be attacking, Arsenal is going to be attacking. Am I nervous? Slightly. I'm not going to lie, I'm slightly nervous, because the speed of Man United is always something for me to be wary of. The speed, especially Rashford. Look at Rashford is coming on form now. He's starting to be a goal poacher. I heard that he's going to be transforming his game into a goal poacher. So Rashford is scoring goals now, and Xerxes scored as well. Diallo looks good. The whole Man United team is looking up. Fernandes get a few assists. It's looking good for Man United. So we're going to have that conversation. Me and Navina is going to have that conversation. Looking forward to the match on Wednesday. We're going to have this discussion. So tune in for that match, guys. But that's the end of the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Look out for the match highlights against West Ham. I'm going to be posting the highlights against West Ham possibly tonight. I'm going to be on my way going to the gym now. So I might post it late night, right? That highlights video late in the night. And I'm going to be posting the match against Nottingham Forest as well tomorrow, because I didn't get to post the highlights for that video. So look out for that one as well, with my commentary over it. You might be saying, oh, that's a long time that happened, but my commentary is over it, so hopefully you enjoy my commentary, some of you anyways. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Like up the stream, man. Like up the stream. And you guys that's watching it on the replay, watching it after the fact, after the live, make sure you smash the like button. If you're not a subscriber already, subscribe. Make sure you share it with a friend, and tell everyone about it, right? Tell everyone about the live that we're going to be having tomorrow.